Here we go then, part 4. We've still got lots and lots to look at there. Look at that lot. God, come on. Right, let's put that back there. Grab a handful. And let's get going. Sort them out a bit. Right, here we go. We start with a 1934, so that'll be King George V. There's Victoria, the Vale Head or Old Head, 1900. What have we got here? 10 centimes, that is French, and that'll be Napoleon III, will it? Yes, Napoleon III, 1854. So that predates any of the ones we've got on the board. We start at 1860 with the bronze coins in the UK. 1854, 10 centimes. Can't quite read the, well, whatever's French for 10 is there. You can read centimes and France there. It's quite well know that one. 1921. That's another George V. Oh, look, that's like a Jersey one coming up there. There's a 1919. Just check for any mint marks there on the left of the date, but there's nothing there. You can get an H or a KN on the 1919s. Stands for Heaton or Kings Norton. No mint marks on that one, so that means it was made at Tower Hill at the Royal Mint in London. Alright, there's the Jersey one, 1966. So 1066 to 1966, commemorating 900 years since the Battle of Hastings. There's a bit of a grubby one. Don't know if it's dirty enough for the dirty mug. Oh, a bit more on there. Not that dirty, but I'm going to put it in the dirty mug. Any dirty coins I find, I put in there. I don't like cleaning coins. Some people do. So when it's full, I'll give it away. Just the coins, not the mug. Let's carry on. It's a bit of a grubby one as well, 1912. And it's a 1912 with no mint mark. And we haven't got one of those on the board yet. So even in that condition, I'm going to have to put it on the board for now. Hope we find a better one than that. Right, there's George VI, 1937. There's another Victoria, young head, 1872. That's not too bad for 1872. They're usually very worn. I think we've got one on the board and it's terrible condition, so that's going to be an upgrade. Right, there is Elizabeth, 1964. There's a 1949. We're looking for a 1949. Relatively low minted, the 1949. Not terribly hard to find though, but that's the first one we've come across. There's George VI, that's a halfpenny, halfpenny, 1939. The Golden Hind, see the HP there, by designer Humphrey Paget. Not bad. 1917, so that'll be George V. That's 1890, that's not bad. That is definitely an upgrade. Not bad at all for 1890. Clearly see the lighthouse and the ship there. Nice. Victoria, young head. I like to say young head. You can call it a bun head if you like. I don't like the term bun head. For me, the bronze coinage, there's young head and old head. Or Vale Head. Right, 1938. There's Edward VII, Queen Victoria's son. 1903. Let's check that 3. No, that's just the common 3. Curls over at the top and very curly underneath. So that's the common closed 3. If you've been watching this series, you'll see the open 3 that I showed you. 1937. There's a 1918. There's no mint mark on there, is there? Nope, definitely not. And the last one in the first handful is a 1944. Okay, a few for the board. The 1919, that's not very nice condition, that one, so that's a little bit better. That's the no mint mark one. The 1890, where is that? There it is. That's much better. So that's quite a good upgrade there. And the 1872, that's terrible condition, the one down there, but that is much better. There's the 1949, still no 47, really common 47. We've got the Jersey, 1/12 of a penny. I'll sort the best one out at the end, but I can go with the other Jersey ones. There's the French 10 centimes from 1854. I can go there. There's the halfpenny, the halfpenny from 1939. Can go there. And the 1912 with no mint mark. Pretty bad condition, but it does fill a line just there. It gives us another bingo line. Still a lot to find. 1947, that's common. 1930, 22, 26, they shouldn't be too hard to find. 1915, that should be easy to find. So quite a lot to turn up yet. Let's hope. Right. Oh, come here. Too many. There we go. Starting with a 1936. There's Elizabeth, 1965. There's a 1964. Queen Elizabeth II. There's Victoria, 1900 again. Other Victoria. 1898, is that? Yep, 1898. There's a 1912, and you can see it's got an H mint mark. It's no better than the one on the board already. Edward the 7th, 1907. 1935. There we've got a 1908, another Edward the 7th. 1936. Just wonder what that mark was, but I think it's just a bit of dirt. I think that'll rub off quite easily. There's a shiny one. 1962 this time. It's very nice. That's definitely going to be an upgrade. 1962. That's not British. What we got? Australia. Commonwealth Australia. Look at that. 1916. 1916 now. What's that mint mark there? There's an I mint mark. I think it's an I. So if I'm not mistaken, that's an India. That was minted in India. Please put me right if I'm wrong on that one. I think that's what it is. And that is not bad condition at all for 1916. Nice. Nice. 1965 there. And, oh, look at that. George III. 1799. Look at that. A George III. Now, that'll be a halfpenny because it'll be almost the same size as a penny. A little bit thicker. Tiny bit smaller, not a lot. So that is a halfpenny from 1799. George III. Pretty worn. You're just about to see him there. I like finding things like that. Love it when something like that turns up. Although it's very worn, very used. Might have been under the ground for some time. Probably dug up. Metal detecting find. Or just a natural find probably years ago. You can see the date though. 1799. Probably not a great deal of value to it. But it's nice to find something like that. And those back then, they were in coin orientation, which means you flip them that way. It's like the coins are in the United States now. They flip that way. Whereas the British coins flip that way. And that's called medal orientation. Oh, I like that. 1937. See, these ones flip that way, which is called medal orientation. What we got here? Oh, that's quite grubby for a 1936. In the dirty mug. There you go. Right, there's George the 6th, 1944. 1939. There's another 1912 with another H mint mark on it. Although the ones with the H mint mark were slightly less minted than the ones without, people tended to hang on to them. If you found a H in your change, you'd keep it. So that's why more of the 1912s without the... do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, do I? I got my tongue caught in my eye tooth and couldn't see what I was saying there. I think you understand what I mean. Right, 1921. 1906, Edward the 7th, and the last one's another Edward the 7th. 1904. what I was trying to say was, even though there were more 1912 pennies with no mint mark, people tended to hang on to the H mint mark ones, and when they all came to be melted down in the early 70s, there were more H mint marks saved than no H mint marks. I think I got there. Now the 1962, that's a nice upgrade for there. While we're down here, people ask me why there is big gaps here. Well, 1952, only one coin is known to exist. 1953 is low mintage year. 1954, only one is known to exist. And 1955, 56, 57, 58, 59 and 60, no pennies were minted at all. Or were they? Imagine a 1955 penny turning up in one of my hunts. I'll be rich! Alright, there's the Australian one with the India mint mark. You can go with the other Australian ones. Where's that? Up there. And the 1799 George III half penny can go there separately. If you want to get your hands on everything down here, just comment on this video, comment on all the others in this series. This is number 4. Don't know how many there'll be, it's usually about 8 or 9. And then what I'll do, when we've gone through the box full, I'll pick a video at random, then I'll pick a comment from that video using the YouTube random comment picker, and the person who made that comment will get everything down here. Right, let's get some more. Looks like a small one there as a halfpenny at the top. Let's have a look at that first. Halfpenny. What year we got this time? 1955. Just talking about a 1955 penny. And we get a 1955 halfpenny. Right. 1904. Edward the 7th. There's another 1949. Just a bit of damage there. That's all that is. Right, we've got 1966, nice and shiny, that one. 64, there's George, that's not dirty enough for the dirty mug. 1936, 1919, all together now, no mint mark. Is 1888, so that's a Jack the Ripper penny, 1888, but we do have a better one on the board than that, slightly better anyway. What we got here? Victoria, 1896, 1928, another 1896, Queen Victoria. Oh, 1947, nice of you to show up. At last, the 1947 show. Oh, we've got one. Anyway, can't believe we just found it now after 4 videos. 1906. Edward. Right, we got here another 1896. 1889. Don't think there's anything there. Just a bit of a scratch. 1897, we've got to look for a dot in between the O and the N, like a full stop. There's a mark there, but that's not in the right place. That's not what we're looking for. I think I showed that in part 2. Have a look at part 2. Right, there is, that's not British. Queen Elizabeth II. And it's Jersey. Bailiwick of Jersey, 1/12 of a shilling. So that's 1960. 1660 to 1960, so that commemorates the 300th year since the accession of King Charles II. Google that if you want to know what that's all about. Why did Jersey celebrate 300 years of Charles II? What have we got here? There's a little mark there. Something's been punched into the coin. And you can tell that it was done when the coin was quite new, because look how much it's worn on the other side. Worn there. And, it's not a mint mark there, is it? No. Yeah, that's how you can tell how long ago that was done, just by how much wear on the other side. Another 1949 there. And 1921. There's the 1955 halfpenny. There's the jersey from 1960, which can go with the other jersey ones. And the 1947. About time that showed up. Oh, look at that. There's a jersey. Nice shiny jersey. So that's going to be 1966. Yep. Wow, that's one of the best, isn't it? See any marks on that one? Right, Edward the 7th, 1906. There's George the 6th, 1946. Let's have a look for that dash. Is it the 1946 dot penny? A little dash up there. A little dusty, isn't it? But no, there's nothing there. Right, 1901, so that'll be Queen Victoria. 1914. 1909, need to look for a little dot up by that N. No, can't see anything there. Just a common 1909. 1902, looks, oh, let's have a look for the tide level. Can I even see it on this coin? Yeah, I've given it a bit of a rub, but it's just too worn to see, really, isn't it? All right. 1966. There's Victoria, what we got here, 1900. There's a 1927. 1899. Oh, another Irish one. I think that's only the third Irish one so far. 1952. There's the hen and chicks. Lovely design. 1918. Is there a mint mark? No, there isn't. No mint mark on that one. There's a 1912. Has that got a mint mark on it? No, it hasn't. So that's definitely an upgrade, because the one with no mint mark on the board is pretty terrible condition. So that'll be an upgrade. 1920. Check for the ultra rare. Big gap between the A and the B. Yeah, it's a small gap. Right, 1938. Ooh, look at that. Nasty bit of damage there. Right, Victoria. 1899. There's a 1936. And the last one in this handful. Oh, 1922. 1922. We haven't got a 1922 yet. We need to have a look at the trident. Is the middle prong of Britannia's trident touching one of those beads around the edge? Let me give that a bit of a rub. Yeah, there was a bit of dirt there. It came away quite easily. And you can see the middle prong of the trident is touching one of those beads. So this is the common variety. If you can find a 1922 with a clear gap between the trident like this, then you're looking at a few £1,000 because it's very rare. It's called Reverse C on the 1922. And here's one that's sold at the London coin auctions in June 2021 for £3,900. So worth looking out for that gap. Only on the 1922 though. The 1912 can replace the 1912 on the board, which is this one, because that was in awful condition. So that can come straight off the board, straight into the dirty mug. And we'll replace it. All right, zoom out a little bit more. Replace it with that one. That's better. There's the jersey 1/12 of a shilling. That's probably the best condition one yet. I'll sort the best one out at the end. And another one for the board, the 1922. Let's try a different corner. Let's go right up to that corner there. Get a handful out of there. That'll do. All right, put that down there. Oh, I didn't get many. Let's get a few more. That'll do. That's better. Right, what we got? We have a 1963 Elizabeth. That's a stripy one. Oh, look at that. 1921. I'm pretty sure that is a bad alloy mix. Quite a few of the 1921 have alloy mix problems. Well, that's quite a good one actually. Sometimes you can see it on the edge as well. A little bit there you can see on the edge. Yep, that's definitely what that is. That's where the copper, the zinc and the tin didn't mix together properly. I like that. Another jersey. Oh, 1957 this time. 1/12 of a shilling. I can't remember if I found a 57 yet. I read somewhere once that these are leopards and not lions. But leopards don't have manes like that, do they? Victoria. 1896. 1948. Right, there's an 1896 again. 1897, is there going to be a dot there? There's something there, but that's not in the right place. That's just a scratch. In fact, it might even come away. But that's definitely not what we're looking for. Here's a nice image of one, and that is where you've got to look for the dot. But nothing on that one. Another 1896. 1945. 1919. Is there a mint mark on it? No, there's not a mint mark on it. 1891. Pretty worn. Victoria. Another worn Victoria. Oh, 1860. The first of the bronze pennies, 1860, terrible condition. Can't see whether it's got beads or teeth around the edge, and what variety it is, but it's an 1860, you can clearly read the date. That's nice to find that. 63. Another Victoria. Oh, another 1897. Definitely nothing there. 1930. Oh no, 1930 we need, not 1932. We've got that one. 1892. I think we've got a better one on the board. $1861 again. It's a second 1861, I think. That's not too bad, is it? What do you mean it's not too bad? It's terrible. What are you talking about? I mean, it's nice to find an 1861. 1936. There's George. 1916. Let's have a look at that ear. You can see it's not recessed, not the recessed ear variety. So another 1919, but there's no mint mark. 1900. Queen Victoria. And there's Edward. And a 1908. This 1919, no mint mark on it, but it does seem to have better detail than the one on the board. So I'll swap that. Let's get rid of that one. Swap it with that. There's the 1957 jersey, 1/12 of a shilling. There's the 1860, not the best condition, but you can clearly read the date. And this 1921 with the bad alloy mix, I'll put there because I do have quite a few 1921s like that, so someone might like that. I'll put that on the board. Right, we'll have another handful. Oh, that'll do, won't it? Come on, tidy them up. That's a bit dirty, isn't it? Look at that. So 1912, it has got an H mint mark, but it's a bit dirty, isn't it? In the dirty mug you go. There we are. Right, what we got? 1939. King George VI. There's an Elizabeth. 62. Horrible bit of corrosion on there. I wonder what caused that. Right, 1899. Queen Victoria. There's another 1899. That might be better than the one on the board. I shall check. 1936. Now that is better than the one on the board. That's not bad. 1936. I'll swap that one as well. 1913. There's Edward. That's a 1902. Let's check that tide level. That looks like a high tide to me. What do you think, Blondie?
The tide is high, but I'm holding on.
Yeah, thanks, Debbie. I think you're right. Yeah, it's definitely a high tide. We've got a 1917 there. 1892. Not bad at all, that. That's going to be an upgrade, almost certainly. See the lighthouse and the ship really clearly. Right, 1917 again. 1950. Ah, 1915. At last, a 1915. Not that hard to find, but there it is. Is it recessed here? No, it's not. No, that's just a common one. You can get recessed here on the 1915. But that is just the normal one. 1912. Yeah, it's got an H mint mark on it. Oh, there's a halfpenny. 1946, so that'll be George VI. There he is. What's that? Oh, that's just a bit of marker pen, I think. Only 37. Victoria. 1900. Bit of damage there. Been done a long time ago by the look of the wear around it. Alright, 1914. 1929. 38. What we got here? Oh, 1913. Terrible condition, that one. 1917. There's a 1916. Is that going to be recessed here? No. We've got another. It's going to be a jersey, isn't it? Yeah, another jersey, 1960. That's the second one of those. And the last one in this handful is Queen Victoria, 1900. Okay, the 1899. Where is it? Oh, yes, definitely better than that one. So that's a bit of an upgrade. Straighten these up. There's the 1936, which is much better than that one. So that's a nice upgrade. There's the 1946 halfpenny and the 1960. No, was it 1960? Wasn't it? Yeah. Jersey. There's a nice 1892 upgrade. That one, much better. And the 1915 gives us another bingo line. Right. I've got this 1952 Irish one next to me. I forgot to put it down. I found that a few handfuls ago. That can go there. You've got to keep your eye on me, you know. Right, how long have we been going? Shall I do another handful? 28 minutes? Yeah, let's do another handful. Why not? That'll do. Okay, what we got here then? 1965. Queen Elizabeth. It's a funny looking one. Yeah, it's quite dirty, isn't it? Oh, in it goes. There you go then. Right. 1962. 65. There's a 1896 there. That's quite worn, isn't it? 1966. All right, 1939. 1900. Queen Victoria. There's a 1912. Yet another one with no mint mark. No, it's not as good as the one on the board though. Alright, 1917. There's an Irish one. 1931. Oh, that's a nice condition for a 1931. Look at that. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Not done much circulating at all, that. Nice. 1921. So another 66. 1948. 1962. There's a 1921. Two more. 1917. You can see the ghost in there. See the king's head through the other side of the coin. That's called ghosting. Nice example. Right, the very last one is a slightly damaged 1906. King Edward VII. Well, the only thing from the board in that handful was this lovely 1931 Irish penny. Cracking condition, that. So I'll put that down there. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and click that like button. Okay, everyone. See you in the next video.